okay, like the Big
really,
Poe character,
really
which is the
neat.
Don't Tap the
All
Glass
paint
character.
change.
That's cool.
That's
they
your
have
vibes.
all
That's
kinds
the
of-
name of the
they have
song,
some-
right?
There's a song called Big
New
Poe.
Orleans music. They got a lot
No,
of
but
people
the
from
video
France.
that we're talking about. I
They
think
got
No, it's not called Don't
Netherlands,
Tap the Glass.
they
No,
got
that's the album. But the song
Bahamas.
is called Stop Playing With Me.
I mean, and a lot of the
Stop
people
playing
that
with me.
you
Yeah.
may not
But dude, the
recognize
back half of the
are
album has a
really
lot of
top
very
quality
interesting
studio
DJ
musicians.
edits. Like,
Yeah,
dude, there's
they
this
got it.
track
Actually, like,
where he throws in some R&B
the side
stuff
projects
with
and
Nuggets
changes
and
their
Buck,
shit
and
are so
it's like a
rough
whole different
Yeah.
like
vibe,
I
man.
Starkey
feel
Puppy
like
and stuff
I-
like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I
love
don't
that
really
stuff.
get into Tyler's
And
music,
it's
but
a-
I'm one of those
it's a
people
jam
that's like, I
band,
know
there's-
like these things
Yeah.
that I really like. And
This
I
is
listen to
just-
some 10 artists. Like,
I get
a
it.
little bit
I
of
get that.
everything.
I have listened to
But like
more
my
Outkast in the last month.
roommate,
Dude,
and I had
for me,
bedrooms in my other place.
Be,
He would
like,
call me and he'd say,
Tyler's first
He
two
says, "Scott,
albums
what's that,
for me,
look,
Goblin and
program that we
was it
watched,
Wolf.
and I would say, yeah,
Mac.
those
Were
say
hot,
all you got to
dude.
do
and
is
everything
go
is
on
doing
there.
since it's just
You
kind
know,
of
just click
okay
it.
by me. But
He
this
said,
new
hell, I'm in
one,
Ohio,
dude,
man.
I don't
I'm
know.
on
I
the
think
my
he struck
son.
a higher
Yeah.
echelon with
We're
it.
live, by the way, guys.
Oh,
Are we?
So they can hear my opinions about Tyler the Creator's "Don't Tap the Glass" album of the year.
Yes.
Fantastic.
I was going to see if you put a little.
What do you think about "Don't Tap the Glass"?
that song's real good.
It's what
Yeah.
I just had to because y'all were just going at it.
I feel like hold on, stop playing
Well,
with
at
me.
least did a good promo for Playing for Change.
Wait, who would do what? What did I do?
He just go live and all this.
Yeah, no, yeah, that makes sense. Dimitri.
on the computer and was like, "Oh hell."
Dimitri, real quick. Dimitri thought you were going to go live while we were in the cart.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I really thought you would.
In the cart?
You gotta get your mic.
Yeah, I thought you were going live in the
It'll
cart.
take a little
Yeah,
more.
and,
equipment.
and the mic too.
It'll
Look,
take a little more
guys,
equipment.
it's a live show. Mike's got to go closer to the mouth.
Real close.
That's the one thing is, yeah, it really does. Because like that,
Yeah.
take the live off, you can go further down because you got that mixer and controls it.
Yeah.
But the live, because we're on a 3.5 millimeter little plug-in, it just doesn't have it. The closer you get, the more you can tell a story.
I have a pink shiesty in my truck. Should we be wearing that?
Probably, Mark.
Where's your truck?
Out there.
You got to put the mic to you though. You got to have a.
Oh, I have a
Guys, this is a live podcast at Frets for Pets. We got Mark Simmons and Dimitri Curtis, founders, going on their 10th year.
Well, hold on. We also have our sitting president.
He was
Yeah,
getting
you were
there.
getting there. I know. I like to interrupt.
Mark, you better.
Interrupting.
We got Alex Bosarge, president of Frets for Pets. Event September 25th this weekend.
Okay.
It's,
Coming up real quick.
it's going to
Yeah.
go Friday through Sunday, right?
Yep.
This is part two because they've been on this show before. Last year they came on the show, and this is their second year on talking about their event, which they raise money for Humane Society.
Yeah, Humane Society, Jackson County Animal Shelter, Tire Dog Rescue, and the Spade Neuter Impact Project.
They're hitting over $30,000 in donations. It's if you love music, this is an event to be. It's locations at Juke Joint on Government Street. When's the event start? Before we get into how y'all create this event, but when's it kicking off? How many bands you got coming?
So doors are at 2, bands start at 3, and we go on until we can't anymore. It's all 3 days. So all 3 days, doors are at 2, bands start at 3.
It's going to be so about midnight. Everything's going to kind of lull down back outside, but then we're going to have DJs inside. So we're going to have like an emo night. And then on Sunday.
Can you explain what an emo night is for my stepdad?
Okay, so the genre the genre of music.
Can I give it one quick try? Do you remember hair metal in the 80s? Dudes were dressing like chicks. They were playing like simple guitar riffs, things like that.
No, I don't.
Remember hair metal?
No.
Okay. It's basically hair metal, but for people who are currently 30.
Yeah, that's actually
You got,
pretty accurate
That
description.
helps me.
Share.
That
So
helps me.
the term emo comes from the descriptor of emotional. So a lot of emo songs back in the day were pretty much about people, talking about their feelings and getting out their angst and all that stuff. Pop punk was really prevalent within the genre back in the day. And this is just kind of like a nostalgia based event where, people in our age group, they all pile inside and they listen to the stuff that they listened to when they were angsty teens and just kind of, relive those days and just have a good time and jam out.
So you can call it emu or you can call it angst.
Yeah, I mean, really, yeah, angst is a pretty good.
Definitely not a
descriptor
phase.
for it.
Definitely not a phase.
Not a phase.
Not a
I feel
phase.
like 20 years on, we can confirm.
Yeah, they actually
When
they,
did the eyeliner come in?
that was from the jump. That
Hold
was-
on, wait,
that was from the
wait a minute. Now, first of all, real emo.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember, the emotional hardcore from the Midwest is
Jesus
not what we
Christ.
really consider emo. Okay, so the eyeliner came in with popular emo in the '90s, man. But really, bands like Sunny, what is it?
Real Estate.
Sunny Day Real Estate. You know what I mean? They weren't embracing that particular. Maybe they were. I don't know what those guys look
No,
like. Do you?
No. There's just the dudes in their basement wearing cargo pants.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I guess initially, probably the look was closer to grunge, but it did develop into this thing where it was. And I've always
What,
equated
you know,
it to hair metal.
I'd say once it hit the mainstream,
Mhm.
like everybody was doing it. Like we were all
Yeah.
12, 13 when
Oh,
it was
man.
popular.
Remember Trip Pants?
I do.
God.
Dude, I had a pair of like $60 Trip Pants. I had to beg my mother to buy those, dude, and they weren't
They were
worth.
expensive.
Dude, and they weren't good quality. Sorry, Trip Company, if you're still a thing, but my Trip Pants tore immediately.
So they are still a company and they still actively make trip pants. But what sucks is that the ones that are actually true to the era are like $200. And then the cheaper ones they have are like the saddest little watered down rendition of where the pants are a little bit loose.
I'm
but
sure you've
that's
seen
about
some
it.
trip pants in school.
For me, it was Jinkos. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
Hey.
39.
That's the new
Yeah.
metal kind of like thing. You know what I mean? Too. I feel like Jinkos were more like.
No, my sister's like,
rock.
yeah, but my sister's like real.
Really?
Jinkos came out in that kind of era. I mean, I know emo is a certain way expression, but for us, it was like, what was it? Cold Chamber,
I love Cold Chamber.
Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's my sister wore like a plastic bathing suits with Doc Martens, and then my mom bought me a pair of Jinkos, and I started wearing Jinkos, but that was kind of era for me was them type of bands.
When I think of Jinkos, I immediately think of the Hardy Boys from wrestling and Lita and all that. Like,
Am I the only one who thinks of Limp Bizkit immediately?
well, them two.
I mean, that's the staple. So you were super into new metal back in the day?
I mean, whatever came, like, I mean, Marilyn Manson wasn't new metal for us.
No, I wouldn't consider it
Yeah,
new metal.
he was on that.
Yeah.
But he was on that kind of like range of being kind of the beautiful people and
Sure. I'll go on record right now, and I will say a lot of Marilyn Manson's career for me doesn't hold up, but Antichrist Superstar is a good album.
Is that when
I
he-
don't care.
we
To
wore the
this
skin, the whole
day-
body skin.
Yeah, dude. To this day,
I remember being a kid. Like,
from front to back, that album rocks.
My probably one of my favorite new metal bands, period, point blank, every time is going to be Static X. I love
Oh,
Static X. Rest in peace, Wayne Static. That was one of my first like really big shows that I went to. It was my 18th birthday, on my 18th birthday at the House of Blues, and it was such a good time, and everyone there was really cool. But then that was in April, and he ended up passing away. I think it was in November of that year.
So also I consider emo music to me is Blonde Melon because they.
No,
For me?
no.
Is that how it? No, yeah, because we would
I, mean,
think.
I see
You
what
think about my
mean,
age.
but-
I mean, what year were you born?
96.
So yeah, it's like that Blonde Melon was gone before then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when they came out for me, they were around. I was 10.
I was a very big fan of the 90s, both in music and fashion, though. Like, I was barely
No, but I'm saying,
sentient by that
but
point.
I know, but like living in that world, like Blonde Melon hit was kind of like, huh? And then like 311, it was like that's a whole different genre. Like it was just,
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just the way
Lyrically,
it went to the
yeah.
soft kind of like expression music.
yeah.
And they wore grungy clothes and then had a person in a bumblebee costume.
I feel like it was.
Are they the first true Midwest emo band? Let us know. Is Blind Melon the purveyor of the emo scene?
They don't have
Tell us in the comments.
They don't
They're-
have enough of a whiny quality to their vocals in order for it to count.
Well-
They don't sound like they're on the verge of tears.
They're blind because they got
Oh, no,
hair
I mean, but
covering
it's
one eye.
Look at Nirvana and all that. Like, I mean, that was kind of when I grew up. I was let's see, 10 years older than me, my sister. But my sister, like, she's 10 years older than me. So I grew up with having older siblings. And that was kind of how I started learning music through them because they always had it playing, like, whether it be Sublime.
Sure, yeah.
But that
40
would
Ounces of Freedom Killer album.
But we'd have like they'd always have some music on. It was different. And then at the time, the whole like Johnny O and that kind of style of techno and or like electronic music.
Remember Paul Oakenfold?
Oh my
That was my guy, dude. I did want to say the whole reason I grabbed the mic though. When I think of emo, my first exposure to it, and I think maybe a lot of millennials my age, Hawthorne Heights, man.
Yeah.
Hawthorne Heights, man.
Yeah.
Let's be so for real. Get my wrist and black my eyes. That is emo
I was
music
like 16
in my heart.
when they came out.
Dude, I was like 11.
Huh?
I was like 11 or 12, dude. But I was like, I don't like the screaming. And then later, I was like 4 years later, I'm listening to music that is nothing but dudes screaming.
So I guess we could say different on. So I guess in school, like on St. Martin, we called like they had like the preps and the freaks. Like really?
Because you were a prep.
I mean, I was but I mean, I was in wherever I wanted. Like I never seen, but it got serious. Like we had people come to school and they be wearing full blown makeup, and are they goths?
Dude,
Yeah. You went to St. Martin?
I see a lot
You
of
went to St.
that.
Martin?
Yeah.
A fellow Yellow Jacket. Love that.
I just want to say, so I was kind of a goth kid for a little while. I went beyond emo.
Do you have pictures?
Beyond emo. No, I have nothing because it was a short period of my life. But I'll never forget, dude. One time I wore me and my homie, me and a friend of mine, we're going to go see a movie up at the IP when they had that movie theater. I don't know if you remember that. That's a throwback. Pre-Katrina. And I decided I'm going to go all out, dude. I wore black lipstick, dude. And there were chicks like lining up at the movie theater. And he was like, can you please like get the hell away from me, dude? There are women.
You were scaring the hose.
Hey, did you have any kind of goth phase for you?
No, actually, you may have noticed that I put my microphone down because I had really nothing to contribute. It is like you're not even speaking English to me. It just doesn't. This music is not anything I know anything about. Actually, I was kind of slow to music as I came along, and so I started getting more into music later in life. So I missed all this.
I mean, I think it just kind of equates to every generation has a counterculture. You know, like back in the day, they had the hippies and all that jazz, and then our generation, we had emo. That was the counterculture. That was the against the grain, and there is a certain element of anti-establishment, type of just sticking it to people and being different and being expressive. And I think that there's, it may not be the same font, but it's the same thing with every generation.
I just want to say real quick, I wish we had greasers. I want greasers. I have the perfect hair to be a greaser, and we don't have greasers. So
I think it's weird that there's people out there that just don't listen to music. It's just a background thing to them. Like, and obviously there's background noise, background music, but there's people that out there that just don't care. It's like, oh, the radio's on, cool. I don't know what this is. It's just music. Like they have no interest in any of it whatsoever. It's just there, and it's wild to me. It blows my mind. And if I'm not mistaken, outside of Creed, Guido is like that. I think he doesn't have an opinion on music.
Real Creed super fan, which everyone should be.
What If was not bad.
First album,
Mom Prison was a good.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
I like a couple off of Weathered, but
So here's what this is what Mark used to look like in school.
Oh, I see.
Hold on, you show me and I'll tell you.
Okay, but now you can.
Hold on. I wasn't that fat yet. All right.
hold on. If I'm not mistaken, the first time I met Mark, I knew Mark was a good person. I knew Mark was a good person the first time I met him because I forgot where you came from. I think you moved from Memphis back down here.
So I had recently moved down from Mount Pleasant, which is just about 40 minutes south of Memphis. It's in the Mississippi state line, but just barely. I grew up here.
16, I think.
It's fresh out of high school, if not soon to be out of high school.
3-6 Mafia.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And Project Pat. Let's just be very clear about that. Mr. Don't Play, goated. Anyway.
But yeah, so I met him through Kevin, and
Kevin Cow.
He's like, hey, you want to go to CBR Fest with me and Kevin? And I was like, I don't know what that is.
Oh,
I just moved
yeah.
down here.
Oh.
And he's like, okay, cool, we're gonna go. And he got me a ticket. But I remember he had this huge fro. He had a white tank top and solid
like
black
Afro
fret
Man?
pants.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
Damn
my
near.
hair naturally froze out, dude. Like if I don't do anything to it, it just keeps going up. Yeah, like pretty much.
I miss the fro. Bring back the fro. I advocate fully for the fro. It's just you live in Mississippi and it's hot as shit and it's humid as shit. So it's like every summer shaved and it's so sad.
Yeah, it's shade for you. It's a helmet of wool on my head. That being said, though, people who tuned into the last, I think the last podcast will know from Johnny Tomsik's interview, I kind of have to keep the haircut right now for the character of Randall. Which I'm playing in the freeloaders thing, but that's really neither here nor there. Dimitri, what were you saying?
No, it's good. I mean, I had him on because I enjoyed that pilot.
Oh, dude, well, I appreciate that. You know,
It's
we're working
freeloaders,
on,
guys. Check it out. We talked about it. Freeloaders. Mark is I would say a fun, worthless, caring person.
That's true. He didn't speak a word out of line.
Great. That was a great pilot. And I'm excited for the first. Is that you're gonna do
Episode 2 is
it gonna be called
shooting.
episode 2 or you're gonna do episode 1?
That's up to Johnny. I couldn't give you a firm say, but I'll tell you the episode we're currently working on looks to be very funny. I've been having a blast working on it.
You gave somebody a candle, and I don't know what the candle's doing yet, but
you'll find out what the candle's doing.
Me and Johnny were after the podcast. We were kind of like writing pieces in. He's like, I've been storyboarding
Dude,
for a long time.
That's one thing, dude. To speak to the credit of Johnny Tomsik as a director, he has the collaborative spirit, and I mean, like right down to on set. Like for instance, and this is just me plucking something out of my brain here. There was a character delivering things in a monotone way, and he wasn't certain at first if that's how the character should deliver it. But everyone on the set was like, "No, that's hilarious. Let him deliver it that way." And he was like, "You know what? You guys are probably right." And I got to give that to Johnny. He has that collaborative spirit. He's not like a hard-headed kind of my vision this way kind of guy. You know what I mean?
You can't do that when you really want to. I mean, when you really want to tell a story that people can relate to.
Yeah.
Because most people don't know. Not everybody knows what people go through.
Oh, that's true.
Like right now, I'm sitting with two goths and a NASCAR racer.
That's me and you, I guess. But
I'm more elder emo than anything else. I don't know if God.
I didn't go full black lipstick or nothing, but I definitely had my God's face.
hold on. To get back to the point, though, yes, I did buy Dimitri a ticket to CPR Fest.
Yeah. No, that was.
I mean, look, I'll be honest with my brother
16.
Michael. I was at CPR Fest too, and this is one of my first experiences with. My brother got me a bootleg copy of Linkin Park, the first ever.
Ooh, Hybrid Theory or Meteora?
No, it was Hybrid Theory. But but at the time they had a street team and did not release the album. That's how they figured. That's how they got their fans was street
the
team.
Linkin Park Underground.
Yep,
as
and
it used to be
my
called.
brother was a part of it because my brother was actually in a band with the guy.
They got that bitch in Faint remix before anyone else did. I had to get it off of LimeWire.
Well, we went. We went. He gave me that CD, and because he was part of that street team, and he actually performed with several bands. Java Joe's, Brad Arnold from Three Doors Down was a band member of his. He also rapped with Dirty South.
Oh, that's neat.
Michael's very talented at that stuff, but I remember one of my favorite concerts was CPR Fest. Somehow, some way, we snuck in a joint, and I was
How dare you? First of all,
I know, but I was like, what? I was kind of nervous. I was like, kind of out of my skin. I'm like, number one, I'm high school and with my brother.
Only scum would sneak marijuana into a concert. Who do you think you are?
Degenerate.
This is like this is in the 90s. I mean, this is like a big thing, but it's like he was like, hey, and then he had a Dodge. He worked at Applebee's. His last name's Gilmore, but everybody called him Happy. And he drove a Dodge Avenger red with Momos on it, chrome, with gold window tint. And he snuck a joint into the concert, and we lit a joint in the Coliseum. And I was so nervous. He's like, "Hit this with me."
There was
In the 90s?
There was a show that I've been to at the Coliseum, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was, but I remember multiple people were lighting up joints, and I was like,
Degenerates.
how
Every CPR Fest.
how are all these people like doing this, and they just like don't give a shit? And I don't remember who I was with, but they were like, what are they gonna do, like make half the people in this fucking crowd leave? It was just kind of like a strength in numbers thing. Like
I think I was in like 8th, 9th grade.
This is only tangentially related, really, but I don't know if you guys are familiar with Muck Sticky. He's a hip hop artist out of Memphis. He's performed with like a couple of the Marley sons, the various Marleys that are out there now, a descendant from Bob. By the way, Muck Sticky, hit us up. Would love to get you on Frets for Pets. But that being said, I was at one of his shows, man, and I have a cigarette lit in my hand, and I'm rolling a blunt. God forgive me, I'm a degenerate. And and I'm rolling this thing, and a security guard points at me and goes, "Hey, put that cigarette out." I'm about to shit myself.
That's what you call priorities.
So let's go into like Frets for Pets. I mean, we talked a little bit about how y'all started it, but like what made y'all, after hanging out, having fun, going, let's make a difference? How'd that start?
So I'll say, I think it was end of 2014 or 2015. I can't remember.
I think it was 15.
Me and my friend Kat, we did a canned food drive concert thing. Looking back, it was a terrible date. We did it like the day before New Year's Eve, and had like 3 or 4 bands, and the entry was like $10 and/or bring in a box of canned goods for the homeless. And we raised like $300 something, and it was fun. I enjoyed doing it. It was like, in my eyes, it was like, hey, we got a bunch of degenerate metalheads that want to do something cool for the community. Like, it's kind of like stick it to the man. It's like, hey, we look like pieces of shit, but we're good people. Like, we want to do something cool for everybody. And so we did that. And I went to Facebook or whatever, and I asked, like, hey, I want to do another benefit show in the summertime, because at the time I wanted to do 2 separate events, do one in the winter, one in the summer. And so I asked, like, what cause y'all want to benefit? And overwhelmingly animals. So 2016, we did the first Frets for Pets, and it took off. And that's how it pretty much started. It was a 1-day event with mostly metal bands and a DJ, and here we are, 3-4 day weekend with multiple genres, and just insane show.
And as far as like my part, like when you came to me, and this was I think you had done the 1-day event a couple of times by this point, honestly. But Dimitri was like, look, I need someone reliable who can be sort of a co-signer for this 501c3, right? And I said, well, look, man, I don't know how reliable I am, but I'll happily sign anything.
That's what matters.
Well, yeah, well, my thing too is I'm a bit self-serving, you know what I mean? Like, being a part of Frets for Pets elevates me a little bit in the community, which I like, because I get to do things and I get to be seen. But at the end of the day, what really attracted me was obviously we're helping animal shelters, but we also get to spotlight local music, independent music, small bands, maybe a lot of people haven't heard of yet, people touring that are having difficult tour dates, you know what I mean? People really working in it, trying to share their souls through music, who for whatever reason in marketing or commercialism just haven't quite found their spot yet. And that is really what attracted me, because I love how much music and the diversity of music that there is in this area.
That's damn a good answer.
Thank you, man. I practice.
Left him speechless.
Yeah, well, I mean, it makes sense, especially tackling in any type of an event, or trying to figure out how to get sponsor money, how to get a venue, how to get volunteers. I think there's another thing too is, figuring out board members.
Well, here's a fun thing, right? So we did our first couple of years as Frets for Pets with the 501c3 with the board proper, right? And it came time in our charter, no one can be president for a certain amount of years past. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think you'd be president for what, 4 years? 3 years? Yeah. And it came time to nominate someone else. And this is going to be a segue. I nominated our good friend here, Alex Bosarge, because Alex had put in so much good work and had dedicated so much time to actually like getting raffles, talking to businesses, doing things, that I thought this would be the perfect person to pick up the president mantle. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to our active and sitting president, Alex Bosarge.
Well, script it.
Saw, dude. What's good? How you living?
So when you jump in? I mean, in the mix?
Well, so I joined the board about 5 years ago, and it was more because they needed a tiebreaker. Because to keep a 501(c)(3) status, you have to have at least 4 board members. You have to have president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, and they had all those by that point, but they needed a tiebreaker. Because if you're doing majority votes and you got 2 and 2, then womp womp. So they asked me if I wanted to hop on board, and I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I was just at a point in my life where like I had the opportunity to just completely hyperfixate on it. And they were like, we need sponsors. And I said, I got you. And I spent pretty much all of my free time just pestering the absolute shit out of businesses and being like, hey, so I have this charity that we're trying to raise money for shelters. Do you want to lend a hand? And I think the best part that came out of it was Mike Epps. So he's the creator of Pensacon over in Pensacola, Major Comic-Con. And I reached out to him and was like, hey, I'm working with this nonprofit. We could really use some support. And he ended up pitching in on a sponsorship. And I went balls to the wall with it. I was reaching out to anybody I could think of. And, when it came time for the event, like I realized that I had a lot more heart in it than I originally thought that I did. And so when they asked me to pick up as president, I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go. Like I can't promise anything but my best effort, and the last, but I mean, the last 3 years have been, awesome. And there's always going to be some stress whenever you're trying to put an event together. But, we're all friends. We've been friends for a long time. So it's literally just me hanging out with my friends, doing something awesome for the community, doing something awesome for the shelters, and like supporting local music. And there's just like so few downsides to that aside from just like the regular stress of planning something. Planning anything is stressful. So.
And to be fair, real quick, this is far and away from the regular stress of planning something. Like this is not like a dinner evening with your friends. Like you feel me? It can be quite a lot of stress, and Alex shoulders as well. I think.
Well, I mean, I don't want to sit here and make it seem like it's too much because it does get really stressful, and sometimes I want to pull my hair out. We all do, but I mean, every year we've been able to overcome it, and the event comes to life every year.
When do y'all start y'all's event? Like when do y'all start planning?
As soon as it's over.
Yeah, I'd say probably about a month after this ends.
Tops, yeah, because like it's a lot because you think we got to get there the morning of as early as possible to set up, to put up the decorations, get everything in order, make sure we have everything where it needs to be. Like this year we're going to be getting there, Thursday, setting everything up, and we still got to get there.
That's the best way to do it. I mean, that's something that
for a couple years.
We don't ever do the morning,
especially as someone I play music, so I'm in it quite often. You know what I mean? Setting it up and then having to play that day. Holy shit.
Well, also, it was in the middle of August.
Oh,
First
Hey, shout out to everyone who finally aligned with me. I told Dimitri for 5 straight years, please stop doing this on the hottest day of the year.
So, but here's my thing. So in my mind, it's like, I know it's hot, but I'm also a psycho when it comes to working. So, but August, that first weekend of August is the last weekend that parents have with their kids. It's the last weekend of summer. It's a big blowout before summer. There's not a whole lot going on in that time. And yeah, it's summertime. People want to party and have fun.
On, bro.
We got a dunk tank.
Dog, I'm fat. I can't, man. I was telling Dimitri every year, please, God, please, let's stop doing this in August.
Yeah, well, once the heat index was like 120, I was like, okay, I'll listen.
And this was something that Steven, another board member, he brought up last time we had talked about this. It was literally midnight. It was midnight, and the heat index I think said like 112 at midnight. And we have a lot of metal bands that play. Metal bands that are wearing like the full get up,
like leather and shit.
Yeah, leather, denim.
It's 4 p.m. and they've got black cloaks on playing on this stage that has no ventilation aside from a fan.
Just melting, dude.
Props to them.
God bless them for committing to the bit. That's their act. But holy shit, in the middle of the hottest weekend in August every year, Dimitri.
I mean, you're wearing all black, long hair, multiple layers, and you're
They're
up on that
vampires,
stage in
Scott.
direct sunlight, just jamming out. And I mean, even if you're indoors, you know, you see a lot of musicians, they sweat whenever they're playing because they're putting all their energy into it. Take that and put it outside in the middle of the Mississippi heat. I mean, we have musicians that about damn had heat stroke.
Well, we
Hey,
had
we don't even fish in August.
yeah.
Okay, we put the boat up and bring it back out when it gets cool in the fall.
Well, it's one of those things too, though. Like Alex just said, some like we have a really talented performer, Dakota Shardley Amaker. He's a guitarist who happens to be in like 3 different bands, and so all we had, year before last, I think it was. I don't know.
Played 3 shows in a row.
Back to back though, it was all in a row. Yeah,
3
and
different performances.
so he's up there dying. Man, he got off the stage, dude, and people were having to help him walk. We had to get him a liquid IV, man. And it's just like, Dimitri, thank you for finally seeing sense after risking the life of actual musicians, man.
Yeah, it was the final thing about it was the poll. Dimitri went on there.
Overwhelmingly I got outvoted.
Yeah, he went on the Facebook page and was like, so we heard y'all want to make Frets a little later in the year, and everyone was like, please. It is too hot. And you know, so last year we decided to have it in October, you know, try to kind of beat the heat a little bit. But it was right after cruising. Right after cruising, and then that same weekend there was the Tattoo Expo due south, and then
Does that mean October?
Let's think. No, the due south in March.
oh, okay, my bad, I had them backwards. But there was the Tattoo Expo, and then there was Equality Fest the exact same weekend, and I think that hurt our attendance a little bit because you had all of these other big events, but also just burnout from cruising. So we kind of tried to find a middle ground.
I think for this year for my event, I think it's going to be a big thing because Llama actually booked on my date.
Oh.
So they're doing Llama Palooza, and Dave reached out and was like, "I'm pushing it to 3 because like it's just once you start bringing and then my buddy Zach Grady's got United in Blue, same date. He'll be at they'll all be at the run in the morning, but it's like." I mean, look,
Y'all need to get a group chat started so
Well,
y'all
no,
could be like,
well,
okay,
but-
what are we? What are we
we've been having
thinking?
the same date, same weekend forever.
Oh,
we
so
have-
this ain't new.
That was my big thing. I'm very big on
Dude, you want to
consistency.
keep that when you build a brand too.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah,
But when everyone's dying of heat stroke or no one can make it, you know what I mean?
it's always
It's
like
time
it's
to
like
reconsider.
October 7th, like 17th through the 19th. Like
It's always my birthday weekend.
yeah, so it's like it's always been that way, and everybody's like, and they're like, I forgot. I'm like, well, I mean, it's just how I won't change that date.
Yeah.
I've had a person coming to me going, look, you should we're like a witch something run, like walk biking or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, the witch ride?
downtown.
And not in Gulfport, not No Springs.
Oh.
But like, yeah, maybe you should move your date. And I'm like, no, no, maybe you should move your date.
Well, what do you think about all this, Pink Dress Raccoon?
I appreciate the gift.
Poignant.
But you want to be consistent on your date. So you have to. And I think that's something that you stand with. But yeah, communication is important. But I always do my events. For me, I'm making money before I even walk into that event. If I do that event, I'm not worried about making money that day because I'm already focused on all sponsors. And then if we make extra money, which we do, but I never think about the money we make that weekend. I'm always in a sponsor mode.
See, we get sponsors before the fact, obviously, but I feel like, and Dimitri, correct me if I'm wrong. Feel free to, if I go astray here in my explanation. A lot of what we get from sponsors goes into the event too. Things
goes
like
into the
banners, like like so. I think some of it winds up with the shelters too. Obviously, none of it we don't get paid, just to be clear. But
Would
it's
you say
just like
banners.
sure banners.
No, banners should be done through.
Well, that's it. FEB pays for the banners this year.
Okay.
Right.
See, I didn't know. So that's why I said, Dimitri, tell me.
Because every beer company I do, like for me, I mean, I love FEB, but FEB and Mitchell are great families. But I've been having Mitchell since I started mine, and not one time. I mean, they print out the whole entire run, and then on top of that, they throw us. I would say Mitchell stays at a $10,000 a year sponsorship and banners, and they'll do like a 4-day turnaround for us. And that's something I'd have to say about for me with Mitchell. For me and Mitchell, FB same way. Just ask. I mean, maybe that's something they didn't know about. I'm just trying to give a little advice, but like, maybe like they've always been like it's like a situation where it might be a week turnaround, but they have them printers in them at their office. So it's like they'll print the whole entire run, but you just got to ask.
Yeah, like I mean, I put them up 2 days ago. We got our giant banners on the stage already, ready to roll. It's got Sam Locke's great art all up and down it. Got the logos, the sponsors. Like they're ready to roll.
It's important.
So the sponsors are the boat in which we are kept afloat when it comes to the expenses for the charity. Because like we said, we're a nonprofit, and that goes into decorations, shirts, flyers, like the whole 9 yards. Pretty much anything that we have to provide to the venue in order to make this happen. This year, we were talking earlier today when we were at the Juke. We're going to be having a dedicated space for people who might be feeling a little overwhelmed, with all the music. We're having like a little quiet corner where people can sit down, chill out. We'll have decorations to, kind of keep the chill vibe going. And I feel like that kind of thing, it warrants stuff that honestly, I think last year we had to spend a good chunk of our budget just on decorations, because you can have the music there, but people, typically patrons, they're going to want to see things with their eyes while they hear things with their ears. And, the t-shirts also take a big chunk out. And so the sponsors, the ones that come through every year, especially Tito's, thank you, Tito's, they really do so much to.
So how much is the ticket to get into it?
It's $40 for the weekend. So basically buy 2, get 1 free, and then $20 daily.
You say, what are you saying?
I said, when are we get Jordan in the dunk tank?
Yeah,
Can we get Jordan in the dunk tank? Maybe Scott in the dunk tank.
Scott in the dunk tank.
What do you mean? No?
It's for a good cause.
I'll do the dunk tank.
Hey, Scott, you heard it here first. It's a binding legal agreement.
But do I have to wear black lipstick?
Oh, I don't care. You can get it in your birthday suit if it's for the animals, man.
I've got some, and it's waterproof.
How much, Scott? How much money would it take for us to get black lipstick on you?
What's the donation bar?
No.
No,
You don't want to spend. You don't want to spend money on that. And the question comes to my mind. You're talking about how much of the proceeds get spent for expenses. Is it half of what you bring in, or 60%, or
no? So the sponsors, they pay for the production. Everything we make at the door, and the dunk tank and the raffles.
Thank you.
All that goes to the shelters.
okay?
Yeah. The last year we raised almost $9,000, right?
Yeah. We man, our goal every year for the past few years has been to break that 10K. We haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
And then we've made more than over the years, obviously, but 10K over the weekend is our goal. And I'd love to hit it.
Yeah, no.
And I really think with Scott over here and black lipstick in the dunk tank, well, maybe we could.
Where'd Alex go?
Alex left. Alex hit me in the face and said I'm out.
I was gonna say I feel like she has black lipstick with her.
Oh yeah, Alex said she has black lipstick and it's waterproof.
Look, I may not know about all the music, but I do know about the animals. Okay,
That's all
I've done a lot of stuff in that regard. So,
well, we'd love to have you in our dunk tank, and we'd love to advertise that and let everyone know.
It's not a bad thing.
oh, I know it's not. I know it's not. Hey,
we
no, that
we once had former city planner. Man, what the hell was his name?
Oh, that's a crew.
Vincent Creel. We had in the dunk tank one year, and that was pretty popular.
Yeah, we got some cool people. I know Fairby's been in it from Mermaids. I've had Corey Christie.
Oh, I've gotten in it a few times.
Yeah, Nolan from Lost Spring. He's gotten in it. Like, I love getting people in it.
Oh man, the dunk tank, that was
Okay.
the saving
I mean,
grace
it's
a couple of years
It's
ago
a
when,
lifesaver.
when it was super hot outside.
So, what do you charge for people?
It's $1 a throw.
$1 a throw.
Yeah.
All right.
All
right, so here's-
we'll buy 30 throws.
So here's the deal. I'll do dunk tank, but it's $5 a throw.
That's fine.
What do we think about that?
Hey man,
Raise
Whoever's
the
getting
money.
dunked
Yeah,
is to set
The whole
price.
purpose is to raise some money. I can go swimming anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's fair.
Love it.
Well, hold on. Just to be clear, that's $5 towards the animal shelters.
oh, absolutely.
Okay.
No, none for me. All for the animal shelter.
So I want to get your opinion on T-shirts. So on your do you put the year on your T-shirts when you do your event?
No, I don't think we've ever done that, but we do change the colorways all the time.
Okay. So we've almost always put the year on it aside from a couple years. And I've noticed that
Oh, I bought some from you.
yeah. And people they tend to not buy them. I've noticed when the year is still on there. I don't know.
Because then that shirt's outdated in a year.
I would-
yeah, but
I would-
No, it's a collectible. You see those posters down the hall?
right. And
Each
that's
one's got a different year on it.
that's where my
Okay.
mind is as is a collectible.
Yeah.
Like I love going
Yeah.
to when I go to a concert.
Yeah.
I want the tour shirt with the year. And I see tour shirts at the Goodwill all the time. I was like, I don't want it because I didn't go to that show.
Right.
It's commemorative. But we're switching back to just the plain logo.
I change it all around. Like, I mean, right now we're doing in September 25th, but we're doing you design the back of our shirt. So we're doing that. Like you design the back of the shirt.
That's
So
cool.
Thursday that is?
We used to
Right.
do. Did we not
That's
do
nice.
design contests
What
in the
was that, a
past,
t-shirt?
Dimitri?
Hmm?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did, right?
yep.
Yeah.
And there's
We could bring
rules
that
on
back.
our Carter's Champions Facebook and website. But look, I think the big thing that I went through was because I was there sitting there talking about merch with shout out to Anna from Coastal Prints over there on Seaway. They take care, they give us discount stuff. Well, I'm going through, I looked at our numbers on shirts. I mean, we're close to it. We're definitely gonna hit over 1,000 t-shirts. But it's sitting there talking with her and going through it. And on my hats, though, my hats is the only thing I want to change. Like this year, we're going to be doing like a pink dress run Carter's Champions hat where it's just kind of a neutral color. It's not going to be pink, just so you can wear it all year round, because it's like we've had the same. It got to a point where we've been doing this for so long that like we'd make the same logo, pink hat, black.
You know, I almost wore. You gave this to me when I was on your show, and I told you about my mother and all. The crawfish and beer hat with the pink logo. I almost wore that today.
Oh, you got
I
that?
almost wore that today. I'm wearing it all around all the time.
But
Like, I'm still wearing
we
it.
wouldn't be able to see your hair if you did.
Well, no, which is beautiful, by the way. Look at this hair.
Well, you know, Scott's. I mean, Scott's always been a big support. I mean, he's behind me no matter what. Like we're partners in the podcast. We're partners in our insurance company, our lobbying company. He's with me with my charity. I think I do got the upper hand because I always have him. Like, I mean, the original studio y'all were in, what he built. Yeah, that was his table.
A good partner can do a lot for you, right,
Yeah.
Dimitri?
Yeah.
I think I'm still without like doing a couple of limited runs, but I just, you know, I think my big thing is for our shirts and how I want our shirts to be is I don't mind putting the 2025 on it. I look at them by sponsors. So on the back of my sponsors, you can tell by the sponsor that sponsored that year.
Yeah.
And then that sponsor sees they didn't sponsor last year and they see the shirt with them not on it, because I want to change it up. And I think I might fail this year on having a person design our shirt, because who knows? But it's something fun. You know, shout out to Margaret on our board. She was just like, yeah, let's give it out to people to design.
That's fun. I love it.
Yeah,
we haven't done it in a while.
I mean, our true logo is the Carter's Champions with the ribbon.
Yeah,
that's a logo John made in clip art. It's a logo that I'm going to get done on my thigh.
Love that.
Devin Fountain's going to do that. He owes it to us. But it's just funny that John came up with his only logo was that logo on clip art. It's like,
but if it works, it works.
And it kind of empowers him. I mean, we'll be together Friday going through this, but it's just like, I remember us like getting an order of like 60 shirts. Now it's like sitting there going, 1,000? Like,
Yeah, see, that's about where we're at right now on the lower end. And we've got shirts from what was it, 21 was the tie-dye?
Yeah.
We still had a couple like this year that were hanging out. And
who's doing your shirts?
Johnny at Champion.
Johnny?
Yeah.
Ask Johnny. You know, like one thing we do is we'll add put your logo on it. We'll give you I think Coastal Prints for us last year. I mean, I think they ended up discounting us for anywhere like $1,500, $2,000. But I mean, it's just because they put their logo on it.
Yeah. And
they're like, that's just because they'll discount us on stuff. But I think that's big for us. There's always ways to try to reduce the money, because the money's going to a charity.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's where we're able to have a business like that going. they're putting their name on the shirt, but they're also writing a check too.
And in a way, I feel like that's almost like a sponsorship spot too, because like you're on the shirt, man. Everybody can see you aided us in this. You know what I mean? They see your goodwill to the community and all, and your logo on the shirt means obviously you took part in this.
We moved into a situation where, for us, and then I'm not, because we got free mammograms at the Pink Dress Fund, and it's, I just want to like we can all work together to show you my ideas of how it works. I've been working 3 years for free mammograms. Our event shirt, to be on the back of our event shirt, is $2,500. I mean, and that work. I mean, that's just how we had to make it. We made it that way. And but the thing is, when you, so y'all are 503(c).
Yes.
We 503(c) to the hospital. We don't even have a bank account. We got rid of our bank account, and it's just we get every time somebody buys a ticket from us, it goes straight to the hospital. I mean,
This is kind of my part. I'm an attorney as well. So basically, I told them, I said, it's real easy. So you can pay me a bunch of money, and you can be a 501(c)(3), and you have to have an accountant, do your tax returns and all that. Or we have some foundations here on the coast that you can use and go directly through them. They take care of all that. You don't have to worry about it. It reduces that. It also reduces exposure and liabilities and things like that. So that's what they've done, and it's worked very well.
It's a shit
But
show, honestly.
but they cut you a check back too.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is like, say whatever, if you ever decide, like, but they'll cut. I'm not saying I'll never not go solo 503(c), but we track every $20 bill.
Yeah.
So it's like if I spend on a website or whatever,
Yeah.
I send them an invoice, I get a check a couple days later. So we're able to buy shirts, and it's just less headache for us when it comes to like thinking about money. We don't have to think about where the money goes in the bank account. It's just us focusing on helping others. And that was a brilliant idea on Scott's behalf with us, but we still get everything to track. I mean, we just didn't we decided we didn't want to form a 503(c). And I know, it's important that people want to do it. We just want to go, let's focus on the event, cut us a check, and we'll put our heart into it. Because it is hard. I mean, it's hard to, figure out, which, I mean, we spend a lot, but it does take that, Well, the cool thing about that, I always say, like, one of the cheat sheet is, like I was saying earlier when y'all came on the podcast, was saying, give love. Like, I mean, you got Keesler as a sponsor.
Yeah.
That means the world to them, because like they want marketing too.
Yeah.
They're not just giving us money. I mean, they're giving us money to make a difference, but they want to be highlighted.
Yeah,
Sure.
It's like
they want to be the bank that did this.
Yeah.
Like that's part of it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a symbiotic thing where, like, scratch my back, I'll scratch yours type of thing.
when I found that out, I ran with it. I was like, oh, what? So I'll be a puppet for you. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
And that's something I would say. But yeah, I'm with Scott on the whole how I'm just giving you the insight of how we operate our stuff.
Yeah.
It makes it easier for us to have a actual like hospital that can control and see our money. And I mean, they're not. I'll tell you one thing is, like, if you find that one, but I'll call them right. I can call them right now, and they'll be like, "Hey, what's up? What you need?" And I make them, like, I mean, at a point, like, they fill out the paper to donate and stuff, and they get the voided checks, and they get the W-9s, and they do it like that. They really do put in the work behind the scenes, but we're the ones that get the money, and without the money, you can't help sick. So
Yeah.
You do a memorial or
this Memorial Hospital Foundation. So what they did is there's a team. The hospital pays salary to a few people in their group, and then there's a foundation that I think they're going to be naming the Oncology Center after as Carter's Champions. But there's a fund that nobody gets to have a salary on, no salary, and they just put the money in the fund, which it's going to be a big thing for everybody, because I mean, we're going to be eventually moving into like not just breast cancer. We're going to be working on kids and every other situation.
Yeah.
But I am happy where we're at right now, because the free mammogram is what I wanted. I got it. If I didn't get it,
that's huge, man.
I probably wouldn't be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I'd be probably forming a 503(c).
Yeah, you guys obviously can't use Memorial, but there is a Coast association, organization, foundation, just like that does multiple different types of charities, so that what you your guys, what you're doing would fit with that. They would have a pot for you guys that money goes into, and then you can say we want money to go to these different places.
Okay. Looking at that.
So,
I mean, how hard is it to like handle all that stuff?
Man,
With our work schedules, it's insane, but we get it done.
Yeah, I mean, we all work, man, and most of us are in the service industry, so with those kind of jobs, especially with like serving and stuff like that, those schedules change week to week. And it's not very often where everybody has the same time slot off on the same day. So a lot of it just ends up being everybody does what they can in their free time. Let's reconvene at the earliest possible convenience and then take that next step forward. And that's kind of the basis for how we kind of get that flow going of the planning process. As soon as the event's over, we take just a little while to recollect ourselves, and then we'll start everything over again. We'll start getting bands together. We'll do open submissions. We'll start looking for sponsors out the gate. And it's communication. It's just consistent communication to being like, who's doing what, where are we on this particular thing? And by the grace of God, we get it done in time. And every year it happens, and it's awesome.
Do y'all do an in-kind donation banner?
We do have a few. Like I know, what's it called? Coyote. He does a lot of the production for the DJs, and they'll be here Friday and Saturday night for the event. But
that's huge.
So he gives me a pretty good discount on his production for that show, that portion of the show. So I'll throw his logo on there just for that. I mean, he's helping me out, so let me give him a shout out, little stuff like that.
But I mean, that's how I think that's some of the stuff we've been good. Like I look at my in-kind donation banner now, it's like 40 people. It's like we'll have somebody come out and put balloons up for us.
Yeah.
But on the in-kind, I'll be honest with you, I will only do font.
Yeah.
I miss I will spell it out on it. I do one banner where it's spelled out. In the middle I'll put in-kind, and then normally do it with a really offset color, but it's just in kind from whether it's a pizza place, wherever it's at, I make sure it's line up.
I'll say like that's one thing I used to do or want to do was like for the bands on the flyers, I wanted to have all their logos on the flyer.
It's hard to get them all on.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say this very loudly. Get your damn logo in a PNG clear background.
That's respect.
I've been saying that for years. I'm sure everybody will agree with me. But if you've got any business brand, something with a logo, make sure that background is clear and it's downloadable. Because Jesus Christ, having to go through and erase everything in a photo editor or some kind is insane.
He's not wrong.
So after so many years of just this band doesn't have this, or it's the band logo, but with the square, with the background of the band right behind the logo.
So you know what to do with that situation?
Is I'm just like
font.
Yeah. So we moved to font.
I do font on that. When I see that, I'm like, I'm not doing that. I put font in there.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna put you on a white like a white square when everything else looks cool. I'm like, nah, let's put font in there for you. Let me just replay your logo and font. No, that's cool though, because there's not like a lot of people that get together and want to give back to the community. I had a podcast tonight with Andrew Allen, that owns Allen Beverages, and he has Bottled Up Podcasts, and it was cool to do it this morning. He does an audio only, which I think is going to drop October 1st. We were talking about, I was like, man, it's like as far as me and John went with it, we never knew it would come to what it is, but it was us being consistent. And even though we wanted to quit, it's just keep doing it. But yeah, like the little logo stuff, or setting a deadline. Like for instance, for me, it's like for our sponsors, September 30th. That's
kind of close.
Yeah, well, but that's it. Because like if not, it's gonna be like, oh, I didn't get on the shirt, and I'm like, well, you gave it to me October 10th, and the run was the 16th. Like, you gotta always look into how that situation is. I mean, look, y'all have been 10 years in this mix, $30,000 in. I mean, y'all have put y'all have created your own style.
It's a second job, dude. I mean, I'm sure you understand. It's a second job.
Just can do it with the people you love, though. You gotta have people
Yeah.
that you're gonna have people come and go, say they want to be a part of it, but they just want to label.
Yeah.
But when you have people that's like, it's always down to the fight with a few people. It's only a few. There's only a few that really just. I mean, there's months where I didn't talk to John for 2 months. There's a few years where we haven't talked for months. As we're getting older.
And by the way, if you do away with the 501c3, you don't have to worry about your board composition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Put the people on that are the workers, the people that help. You don't have to worry about splitting votes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Go
there's
after
a lot of
volunteers.
advantages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that's one thing we struggle with every year is trying to find reliable volunteers.
Yeah.
It's the four of us, my wife, Cheryl, Steven, some of the juke people. But I mean, we luck up sometimes. Like we got Lucy, who's been super awesome in helping us finding raffle prizes and being able to collect that on our off time. Because I mean, I work late night, and a lot of the places that are able to donate close at 5 p.m, and I'm just waking up at 2, and so trying to get over there real quick. It's people like that are a big help. Volunteers are a huge thing.
You think you can get? Go ahead.
So do you do anything to reinforce the volunteers and also the people that contribute? Do you like maybe do a function, something that you could do just for them?
Like a separate event
specifically
for the people that are like
it's
really
not to
putting
raise
in.
money. It's just a donor's ball or just something like that.
I actually haven't really thought about
It
that.
kind
no.
of gets everybody.
Yeah.
It brings them back in. It gets your volunteers
It's a
feeling
little
special.
appreciation thing.
Okay. And also the people that are your donors, people that are your sponsors, they get invited, they get acknowledged at this event with everybody else around so they see each other.
It's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah,
pretty easy
same.
to do.
I was kind of somewhat on the wavelength because y'all are a rock band, but I was like, y'all just get like FEB to get y'all a keg and be like, help us set up, and you can get 3 beers, get
Yeah.
beer tickets.
Guido, I know you're watching.
But I'm saying, like, if somebody's in there trying to just like help set up, be like, hey, here's 5 tickets to free beers.
Yeah.
Because you can get a keg from FEB, and you can just be like, hey, you want to get a 5 free beers, and I'll put tables up. Dude, people love free beers.
Oh yeah, free beer sells all day.
I've never turned down a free beer.
But I mean, if y'all are sitting there working, you're like, hey, y'all want to earn 5 tickets to a beer piece from our keg? Here's 5 tickets. Come help us set up.
Yeah, it's kind of
Well,
like
I- well-
whenever. Well,
Go ahead.
I was just say it's kind of like whenever you need help moving, so you hit up your friend and you're like, "Hey, I'll buy you some Dominoes and a case of beer. If you want to just like come out here, we can get all this stuff moved to the new place." It's kind of like the same thing, like, and I feel like that would be a really
Beer
good
tickets
idea.
would win.
Oh yeah,
So we used to do a beer drinking contest, and the stipulation, we wouldn't tell them what they're drinking the beer out of. They just assumed they're chugging a beer. Well, trying to find people to do this, the last 2 times we did it with like pulling teeth. Like they was drinking beer out of a dog bowl, and we stopped doing it because the
Kind of fetish.
the participation was it was hard trying to get somebody to do it. But like I think it's a great idea. I love the beer drinking contest out of a dog bowl. And like they can't use their hands.
It's a
But
fetish.
hey, it fits the theme, man.
I participated in this 2 years in a row.
Fetish for pets.
Look, man, people love it.
I remember the last year that we did it. Dimitri was going around with a sign-up sheet trying to get people to participate, and I remember him looking at me and walking up with the sign-up sheet, and I was like, "Oh shit," because I knew that he was about to be like, "Will you please? We need another person to finish the contest." And
And then following that, goes on stage and announces Jim Beam Orange Vodka.
man, look. So we have the Frets for Pets group chat, and everybody has like their own silly little nicknames. So Dimitri is just his regular nickname, Meat, and Mark, he has a song I don't know if you want to plug that or not, Mark. But no, you go ahead and
I
shout
don't
out.
remember what my group name is.
It's $30 for 3 martinis.
Oh yeah, $30 for 3 martinis. References a song I did with the late great, now passed for most demonic chronic. Well, in which I complain about the price of martinis to keep it relatively PG.
Yeah. And then, Steven, his nickname is Thick Gatorade. And that's because a couple of years ago, so we have the band tent next to the stage that we have, cool towels, water, Gatorade, all that jazz. And we get the big can of the powder of the mix. And he was in charge of mixing all of that. And he ended up doubling up on the powder. So whenever you go to like pour it out of the jug, it was thick like
made
syrup.
Concentrate Gatorade.
To be fair, in his defense, he can't read.
Incorrect. But so his nickname is now Thick Gatorade. And there's that, I think it was that same year.
I think so.
And,
Yeah.
if you lisp a little bit, it could be sick Gatorade.
And then I think it was that same year. So it was towards the end of the night. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hang out and have a couple of drinks. I can finally kick back a little bit. And the host that we had, for whatever reason, he couldn't keep emceeing. And for whatever reason, they thought, I can't remember.
It was me.
Boy, it was you. Irish goodbye to everybody. Hateful. So we needed a host, and for whatever reason, they thought it'd be a good idea to ask me. And I went to get on stage, and I started out strong. I was expressive and
Confident.
thanking
So
people.
confident.
Yeah, I was so confident. And it was Tito's orange vodka that year, and then we also had Jim Beam on there somehow.
No.
We didn't. So I just pulled that out of my ass. Okay.
You still said orange vodka. It's
Yeah.
Jim Beam orange bourbon
With
and
that's
Tito's
what it-
vodka.
okay, yeah,
but
so
Tito's orange
Beam,
color.
Jim Beam orange, and then it was Tito's vodka sponsoring, and with my whole chest, I was like, I want to thank our sponsor, Jim Beam Orange Vodka. And to this day, I have one of the towels that we had where it's written Jim Beam Orange
It's written
Vodka,
orange
and that is
vodka.
now my name in the group chat.
Wait a minute. I never got one of these towels.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't have Irish goodbye to everybody. But yeah, so we gotta take the lemons and turn it into lemonade,
So I have a question. What's the deal with the raccoon?
Oh, this little raccoon right here?
Yeah.
So the Juke Joint, they allow us to do the event there for the last 10 years. Their mascot is the raccoon. So
Okay.
got a raccoon. Y'all do the Carter's run with the pink dress.
Right.
Threw a dress on there and
I got you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
gifted
very
okay.
it's very synonymous,
Yeah,
I got you.
Soft too.
just a, very
So
a little shout out.
Yeah. Wasn't aware that the Humane Society was now taking care of raccoons.
I
but-
wish that was the thing. I love raccoons.
so.
Now, to be fair, we do
Now I
have Wild
understand.
at Heart Rescue out here, and they do a lot of wild animal,
Yeah.
less pet, more wild animal rescue.
Squirrels,
Shout out to them.
birds, possums, stuff like that, and I didn't realize the kind of network that it takes to do that, because you've got people from all over the place that'll hit them up and be like,
Yeah, that's a lot
Hey,
of red
like-
tape with that.
yeah, our friend Red, who's with Shades of Wisteria, she'll be performing this year, but she hit me up a few weeks ago and was like, look, me and Chase saw this injured bird on the side of the road. I don't know what to do. And so, I had to go down the list of the different wildlife rehabs, and a lot of them, they're just at capacity. Because there's always, you got a sick raccoon, you've got a possum that's been hit by a car, you get a squirrel that's been hit with a BB, so they're always crowded. And I while they were, trying to get this bird who had somehow made its way on the dash and wouldn't come out from between the dash and the windshield. So they're dealing with that. And I'm calling, and I finally got a hold of Wild at Heart. And she's in St. Martin, and they were like, bring the bird to TNN Feed Store over there on Washington and Tucker off exit 50. And I didn't realize that there are specific drop points. There are a lot of people that kind of create this web network of where people can bring these injured animals. And it takes a lot to work with wildlife as opposed to domesticated dogs and cats.
Yeah.
So I have mad respect
Yeah,
for
I
that
was gonna say
organization.
I think the majority, if not all, of wildlife rehabs, they're not allowed to intake any domestic animals, cat, dogs,
Yeah.
rabbits, things like that. It's strictly wildlife.
Yeah, because I've seen, there's local groups on Facebook about, lost and found pets and stuff like that. And a lot of times someone will go on there and be like, hey, I had this injured cat or what have you. And people will go in there and they'll tag Wild at Heart and they can't do anything. And that's where, the shelters come in. But they do a lot of work, especially with like the local parks and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I love all animals. Point blank period. So I'm here for all of them. Wild at Heart and the shelters. I love raccoons.
Let's go ahead to the juke joint now. So let's go with the if y'all have a good event, Scott's gonna get a dunk tank. I'll come out. I might hop in there too. Just right now, I got so much in my head. Like,
No, I
we're
get
talking, like just dealing with like, is this done? Is that done? Is this done?
No,
Like,
it's a fun time, man.
but if y'all would like, you're more welcome to have a vendor's tent at the run this year.
Okay.
Oh man, that would be
Yeah,
awesome.
and just can like if you.
That's gonna be on y'all. I'll be at Talladega that weekend.
Oh yeah, that's right.
First of all,
but
fuck you.
But next year, I definitely wanted to get in that. I want to run
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah, we could totally do
Just
that. Yeah, we can make that
so
happen.
like I said, like because we have a bunch of dispensaries out there this year. If you want to get a medical card, you can get a medical card. You want free mammograms, you can. I mean, we have pickleball. Biloxi pickleball is coming out.
Okay.
Y'all
play a little pickleball.
Yeah, I've played
but they're doing
pickleball
pickle beer pong.
Ooh,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have my
okay.
attention.
yeah. So, but then y'all can set up a tent and then like educate people on what y'all event is. Got leftover merch. Sling that merch.
Yeah.
If y'all want, throw a little donation though. That's the only thing we have is like for us. Throw just a little donation
dude,
back
yeah.
to the hospital because
Not
all
a
the money
problem.
raised, we go to the hospital. It's important that people like us give back to our community.
Yeah.
And that's, this is our second time doing this podcast. I'm so proud of y'all for what y'all do.
Thank
I mean,
you.
it's shit's tough doing an event.
It's crazy.
I never would have thought we were doing a 3-4 day event 6 years ago.
And doing
Like,
it with the style y'all like and for y'all's friends.
Yeah.
Like
And that's another thing. We get to be somewhat uncompromising regarding the music played, the bands that show up, and things like that. And we've had we've had submissions from all over the country and bands that we really quite enjoyed from, like, I want to say New York and things like that, which just like maybe didn't realize the event was all the way in Mississippi.
Yeah. So
soaking in the sunshine.
oh, sorry, I can't drive all the way to Missouri. So we had was it last? It was last year, right?
Yeah.
So Dimitri had a boosted Facebook post for the Frets page. And I guess you can change the radius of how far out it's advertised based on location. And that was not something that he did. So there were people from coast to coast that were getting advertisements for Frets. So we started hearing from people like in New York, Chicago, Las Vegas,
That's
like
what's up,
all
dude.
over the place.
Well, we got Dream Stereo out of it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
you stole my comment.
y'all stole
sorry.
my comment. So, well, a lot of these bands, they didn't realize that this is a nonprofit show on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and so a lot of these bands, they don't have the resources and the means to come out all this way, not booking any other previous shows, not having a place to stay. So yeah, not being on tour, it's just not viable for a lot of those bands. But we had one reach out, Dream Stereo, shout out, thank you. So they're from, I believe it's Victoria, Texas. It's South Texas. They hit us up, and by this point, I'd talked to so many bands. It was the same spiel, and they'd be like, "Sorry, we can't make it." Under those
It
circumstances.
was a rough year for submission.
Yeah. But I was like, "Look, guys, y'all sound great. We'd love to have you, but this is the deal." And the lead singer Alex, he was like, "Nah, dude, we can do that. We can absolutely do that." So the band piled up in the van and drove all the way here.
Sick.
Yeah, and not only
Are
did
they
they
not bringing another band this year, right?
not this year because they're going to, I believe it's Los Angeles to go talk to some record labels.
These guys
Well,
travel.
you probably-
Yeah.
Identity
yeah.
Crisis. But they piled in the van and they drove all the way here to play the show. And not only did they play the show, but they stayed so they could support some of the other bands.
Yep.
And then, it was sometime after dark, they came up to us and they were like, "Hey, we want to stay longer, but we got to go because we all have work in the morning." excuse me? So they literally left Texas, drove to us, played the show, and immediately hopped back in the whip and went all the way back to South Texas, and just in one fell swoop. And it was incredible.
They're coming back this year.
They
Like,
just such golden heart. You know, you gotta be just so dedicated to the cause. And
Well, music scene is, I mean, either you're on TikTok and do mumble rap, or, I mean, it's just tough to get, you know, the old school way of having your bands is going out and performing.
Well, to be fair, I've always pushed for more rap in the event, and it's just because we have. Look, man, this is the birthplace of America's music, and that's a lot of different kinds of music. You know what I mean? And we have people practicing all kinds of different kind of music, right? So, like, initially, because it was available to us, we had a lot of metal bands, and we still do. We love our South Mississippi metal bands from all around. But then it opened up to, like, here's some indie rock. Then it was like, here's some country, and it was like, finally, here's some rappers too. You know what I mean? So if you come out to this event, you're not just witnessing one particular secular type of South Mississippi music. You are getting music from all around the region in every genre we can possibly find, giving you every message that they can give you from their backgrounds. Just, it's going to be a hell of a show.
Yeah. The question, how many people come?
I'd say roughly about 250 a day.
More than 200 typically. Yeah. In about a day.
Per day. Yeah. And I mean, that's something that kind of fluctuates throughout the day too, because, you know, the doors open at 2, and on Fridays and Saturdays we go until midnight. So, you know, the earlier crowds, because there's a curfew for 9. Anybody 18 or under 18 needs to get out at 9 o'clock. So, you know, you have those people that want to come earlier than day when we have the lighter, like maybe acoustic sets and stuff like that. People that come out with their kids, you know, they'll be there for a few hours, but then towards later in the evening, then you'll get, you know, the big, more adult crowd.
So people know what entertainment's going to be at what time. There's like schedules and that kind of stuff.
We don't have a schedule on like provided on the flyers or anything. And one of the reasons why we do that is because we want all the bands to have the ability to have exposure. And so a lot of people, they might go out, like with a lot of festivals, they'll go out for a particular artist. We want to give everybody the ability to walk in there and hear a band that they might not have otherwise heard and been like, hey, this actually is really great. And but you can kind of tell who the headliners are, who plays later in the evening and stuff like that. But it's not something that we outwardly specify or advertise.
Do you get a lot of repeat people from year to year that come?
This guy right here.
Yeah, every year.
No, we get some repeats.
How about donations though? Like, even if they don't want to come out, like, that's another thing you brought up, is like, I mean, y'all were on the sound. Is the sound going to be out there?
Not this year. Are they going to be out there this year?
Let's just hand that to you.
Oh, hand it to me. Well, shit, I don't know, man.
I don't believe they're going to be there this year, but they have been there in the past. And you know, we've worked with a couple of other people like Red Radio and stuff like that. It's all fluctuating every year. The people fluctuate, the vendors.
Get some live stream out there.
We
and get
did
some
that.
donations.
We did that a couple of times. I do think we should bring it back. It's a bit late in the year now, being the week of, but I do think maybe we should try to work with the sound. Last time we did it, we also had, I think, Rushmore podcast, but I think Red Radio would be a good substitute, if not a good usurper entirely. Red Radio, reach out to us. Come on. But there are so many really wonderful podcasting groups, people in the region. I think it'd be hard to pick someone, man. It's like, dude, Jordan, we'd love to have you out there. I'll tell you that.
I mean, because y'all are so close to my shit.
Yeah.
Well, that was the funny thing with last year, too. Yeah. Well, that's the funny thing, because last year, I think our events overlapped, didn't they? Last year, they overlapped a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. We have so many events going on around this time, and you were in August. I've always been in October. And I'll do the best I can. Like, I'm gonna like today's just been so, like, I've probably talked to about 20 people today, and as a sooner you get to an event, your brain starts getting a little mushier, and you're like,
you ain't got it.
I want to be authentic as much as I can, but even when I'm doing this podcast, I'm like, did I get that check? Yeah. Have I done X? Have I done Y? Have I crossed my I's and dotted my T's?
Yeah.
the entire time, like all day leading up to today, I'm thinking like, man, I got this, and this to do, and I still got the podcast. And I got to go home and still do this, and this.
Well, I mean, you jumped on that. Like me and you were together, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm down. I'm doing it."
Yeah.
And like that was because like I want to see y'all succeed. I think everybody should have. I think everybody should have a podcast. I think everybody should give back to their community. If you're gonna live somewhere, give back to it. That's fucking. It's common sense. It's not even like don't get out like what. There's nothing like giving back to your community.
I think that's the thing a lot of people don't think about, man, because a lot of people, and maybe this is just me guessing a little bit here, but a lot of people I don't think about where they live as their community, if that makes sense. Especially the world has gotten a lot bigger with the internet and social media and everything. You have friends across the world now, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I do think a lot of people, it's just where your home is, that's your castle, and everything around it, forget about it, but I do think there's something to be said about returning to my neighbor is my friend. Like, yeah, having your community uplift you and you uplift your community. I think there's sort of an art to it that's a bit lost. Like, I don't know the last time I saw a fish fry for a good cause, and that used to be a thing all up and down the South. You know what I mean?
It's getting rare.
Yeah. And so I don't know, man. Yeah,
you'll learn more about people. You'll learn more about people when you realize when they actually give back and when they get in their community. Like that's. Like I love spending money here. Like before I got here, I was at the grocery. Like I got my spicy wrap, and just being a part of the community. If I spend money, I'm spending it with my community. If I'm going to get out, but there's people that are sick, and like for y'all, like I mean, especially with animals, it's a huge problem. I mean, me and Emily just got a mini golden doodle. I paid $100 for this dog, but she wanted one, and it's rescuing an animal and being there and doing that stuff. Like, I think it's the most beautiful thing. It's like, you want to feel a purpose. Look at don't worry about outside of your community. Think about the inside, just where you're at. What can you do?
So going off of that, like I moved here in 2008, and my buddy Justin, in North Carolina, there was concerts and stuff, but I was not included at all with a music scene. Like I don't know, looking back, it's like I didn't know what local music was then. And I come down here, and my buddy Justin's like, hey, there's some bands playing at the VFW. There's Stereo Hype, I think Two Sizes Too Small,
dude, Two Sizes,
and somebody else. And it was some VFW in Gulfport, and I had a blast. And he was the one that introduced me to the local music scene, so I started going to shows. And of course, I met him along the way, and just I've always wanted to own a bar, but never had the means to do it. So the next best thing was to put on a concert, and I ended up doing Frets, and here we are. It's like it's cool.
I'm waiting for them. They used to be called Stereo Hype, but I'm waiting for a response to have the All Nighters headline.
Yeah,
at the Run.
That'd be fun.
The same band.
If I can just say, hearing the name Stereo Hype brought me back. Two Sizes, by the way, also. Yeah. But Stereo Hype was, dude. God, I don't remember what the first, quote unquote local band I saw was or anything like that. But I guarantee you, Stereo Hype was early on.
But their name's All Nighters now.
Yeah.
So I'm pushing that for the pink dress. I'm waiting for.
That's
I mean, he's gonna get back to me, but no, that's because I'm with you on that. Like that kind of vibe, like Sam Donald, being a big piece. He's gonna be he's gonna perform at the Pink Dress Run, but he's actually performing at Llama-Palooza. And that was waiting for Brantley. Like
doubling down.
Whiskey Kiss or whatever, he's like, oh yeah. But it's just like you're running, everybody's running this one of there's like 4 or 5 events on my weekend.
Yeah.
It's cool because I'm there, but there's only 4 or 5. I mean, Scott, how many people do you think we have in this on the coast? How many people are actually on this coast?
Oh, I googled this not too long ago.
Oh no, a lot more than that.
Yeah, way more than that.
I mean, Gulfport alone,
the coast or
used to be 40,000 people. Now it's up from that, and then you got Biloxi behind it, and all up and down. You probably got a couple 100,000 people down there
easily.
So and there's only like 5 events going on.
I think as of 2 years ago,
plenty of room to disperse. Yeah.
do this mid podcast. Where's the bathroom?
We're about to cut it because we're about to go. Yeah.
It's right out
I
there
gotta
over
pee
on the
too.
side yard.
We're about to go outside and kick it, and then we're headed to Juke, and I'll information's in the link. Support what they're doing for Frets for Pets this weekend.
We
I
got
just wanna
tickets
say-
available on Facebook. Go to the link. You get $20 a day or $40 for the whole weekend. It's basically buy two get one free for 27 bands and a handful of DJs
Yeah.
that go on all night.
Speaking of, I just wanted to say real quick, by the way, DJ Payton, who has been a DJ on this coast for a decade, this is going to be one of his last DJing shows. This is a perfect time to come out and see coast excellence on display. This is a wonderful person who is very good at what he does. This will be one of the last times he does it. And I just think if you're going to come out and see anything at all, obviously come and stay for the day. But at the end of the night, we have DJ Payton on. Is it Friday or is it Saturday?
I believe Saturday.
It's probably Saturday.
Yeah,
Don't worry
doing
about
a
it.
emo set with
But
Silver.
that's interesting to me because I got DJ Payton started, and we don't have to get into like all of that necessarily. I got him a big gig at Reno's, and then he just took off, man. And it's the fact that we've been doing this long enough to see someone rise to the height of what they do and then retire from it. It just goes to show you that we've been in it. You know what I mean?
Badass.
Yeah. Anyway,
We'll have y'all on in November though, and that's kind of where I want to see the outcome of this movement.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I'm proud of y'all. And I'm trying to be selfish because like I want to stand up and bullshit with y'all for a little while. And
No, you're good.
if before this podcast we're kind of cutting up and shit.
Oh yeah.
So I want to go back to that for a little while and
wait. I also want to say debut show of Happy Boy. Come check out Happy Boy Friday night. Closing out the Friday night. We got Happy Boy. It's the first show ever of Happy Boy. Cool new band.
Frets for Pets. And you want to send it off? I'll hit this.
Everybody, if y'all want to come out, it's a good cause. We do this every year. We love doing it. We love what we do, supporting music and animals. Spay and neuter your pets.
Please, for the love of God.
Spay and neuter your pets. Adopt an animal. Volunteer at your local shelter. There's a lot of animals in need, and if you don't have the money, at least take the time. It's important.
Or also just be a part of the community and support anything. Volunteer, help them.
Very much.
If you love animals, go help them.
Yep.
But actions speak louder than words. I think this is how I do it. Hold on.